2NURFM News. For our sponsor, Tile Warehouse Warners Bay, the large floor tile specialists.
Good afternoon, my name is Thandi Chindove and this is 2NURFM Hunter News. Bulga residents have labelled the Planning Department's recommendation the contentious Warkworth coal mine expansion be approved, staggering in the wake of court rulings dealing the project a failure in the public interest. If approved, the project will see the mine extended to within 3 kilometres of the surrounding community, expanding west to Wallaby Scrub Road. Vice President of the Bulga Milbury Progress Association, John Cray, says the move could spell the end for the critically endangered woodlands of Saddle Ridge.
The Warkworth Sands woodlands, these are unique in the world, not just locally. And Rio Tinto, an overseas company, is going to destroy them. Now they're saying, well, they can reinstate it or they can make them grow elsewhere. Well, that's rubbish. Our ecology expert is telling us it can't be done. It cannot be reproduced.
Concerns are rising amongst Hunter residents who fear the state government's red tape reduction bill could mean reduced transparency. The bill, which removes the need for councils to publish decisions in newspapers, could impact notifications about proposals to sell land, advertisements for senior staff positions, and legal notices. Port Stephens Mayor Bruce McKenzie says transparency isn't an issue, but it's up to councillors to take the initiative to do their jobs.
My message to the politicians is get off your backside and run the state and don't let the bureaucrats who haven't got the personal knowledge and haven't got the empathy with the people on the field. So, the bill doesn't go far enough as far as I'm concerned.
A small group of volunteers is attempting to help fix the aptly named Acid Creek that big businesses have neglected. Hunter Enviro Managing were given this license to clean up the area, but after 5 years have done little to build on the work of initial volunteers. Curry Land Care Group President Cole Maybury knows how he and his volunteers would fix the problem.
We would use an automatic line feeder and very large pumps to pump the water through and distribute the hydrated lime through it, and thereby neutralise it and take the acidity out of it.
There are calls for a head of the Hunter Development Corporation, Bob Hawes, to stand aside amid claims of a conflict of interest over his stake in a housing project near the proposed Wickham Transport Interchange. The Greens insist Mr. Hawes should have made it clear he had a 7% stake in a development on Beresford Street. However, Hunter Infrastructure Investment Fund Chair and Maitland Mayor Peter Blackmore says the government hadn't indicated its position on the rail line when the money was committed. Hunter researchers are continuing trials into a personalized approach to treatment as today marks Chronic Obstructive Pulmonary Disorder Day. The long-term lung condition causes inflammation and shortness of breath by reducing the normal flow of air, leading to coughing, breathlessness, and persistent chest infections. HMRI Chief Investigator Associate Professor Vanessa McDonald says the trials could lead to improved treatment of severe asthma.
Some of the types of inflammation that we're treating might not be as prevalent in mild asthma, for example, systemic inflammation, but certainly in more severe disease where people have more comorbidities, etc. This could certainly be an approach that we could use in a severe asthma population as well.
Newcastle Road will see safety upgrades early next year since the concept design phase has been finalised, with significant changes to be made at the Lloyd Street and Moorhead Street intersections. While many changes will be occurring, community feedback has prompted the current right turn access restrictions from Newcastle Road onto Moorhead Street to remain. Further safety and traffic flow improvements will be detailed in the final design early next year. A Maitland man is in deep water after failing to comply with a clean-up notice issued by the Environmental Protection Authority for dumping waste at his Thornton property. EPA officers discovered discarded building and demolition materials at 2 locations within a waterway and issued the request, which has now attracted a $750 fine. Acting Manager of Regional Waste Compliance, Kate Woods, says there's been a number of options to lawfully dispose of unwanted items.
There's a whole heap of information on the EPA's website about the lawful disposal of waste and recycling options, and each local council will have a whole heap of information available for their local community about premises that can take waste for either disposal or recycling rather than putting it into individual properties.
In finance, the All Ords is down 12 points at 53.70 and $1 Australian is buying 86.87 US cents. Now it's sport, Belinda de las Heras.
Newcastle Knights rookie Sione Matautia is anxiously awaiting the results of scans on suspected broken ribs he sustained in Australia's 22-18 loss to the Kiwis in the Four Nations decider. The 18-year-old will now be rested until Christmas in preparation for next month's pre-season training session. Incoming Knights coach Rick Stone is expected to school Matautia at fullback before making a decision on his long-term starting position. Black Hills' Isaac Heaney is celebrating after being rated one of the AFL's best new prospects for 2015. It comes as he prepares to become the first Sydney Swans pick for the number 18 jersey ahead of next Thursday's competition draft. Heaney is due to start training with the side on Monday. And Maitland stalwart Luke Boyle is set to take up the mantle of Mustangs captain coach ahead of season 2015 in the Waratah Basketball League. The 34-year-old's second stint as head coach follows Larry Davidson's departure to Newcastle. That's sport. I'm Belinda de las Heras.
2 NURFM News Time is 1:06.